Today we're out in the shop working on a 2003 Jeep Wrangler. It's only got 10,000 original miles, and that doesn't always mean that there's not issues. So the complaint from the customer is that it was hard starting. They'd have to crank the ignition several times to get the fuel pressure built up. So we attributed that and diagnosed that as a fuel pump issue. So we're going to go ahead and replace the fuel pump.
But first, let's look at the application of the parts we're using and some safety tips to keep in mind before starting.
Let's get started. We'll get the Jeep in the air and we'll start taking out the fuel tank. Okay, we got the tank down, and now we're taking out the fuel pump. Let's see what we got here. So let's look at the strainer. You know, it doesn't look that bad, doesn't look that dirty, not, terribly contaminated. We'll compare this to our new one, but if we look inside the tank, we're not, we want to inspect the whole entire tank, make sure there's no contamination, rust, debris. This tank looks pretty clean at this point. So we've got our USMW Professional Series brand new fuel pump. We're going to take it out and see what we got. Got our instruction sheets, our seal. So let's pull off the seal and make sure it matches. Everything looks the same, right? Same groove, same everything, same diameter. So we're looking good there. Let's open this up and see what we got. So we just so happen to have one of the fuel pumps here that was wet tested. So basically our quality control system wet tests a percentage of fuel pumps that come in. So we want to make sure that we test for pressure, test for flow, and this particular one was tested. Okay, so we'll compare it just to make sure, but we have the exact same pump. We'll pop this line off and put it on here. So that way everything matches there. And obviously strainers, it's a little bit different style, but you can see it's the same. It works the same, same size, same filtering. So we're looking good there. This one was wet tested, so there is a little bit of moisture. The flat 4 plug, make sure that we have the exact same plug. We've got, identical here. So we're looking good there. And otherwise, we'll mount our float. And otherwise, we're looking like we have an identical pump here. So we'll get things cleaned up and we'll start installing. Okay, so we've got our seal in, and now we're going to drop our pump in. We can clock the pump to the right location, and this is a spring-loaded pump, so we're just going to put a little pressure on it, push it down, and then start the collar. Okay, we've got our new fuel pump inside the tank here, everything mounted up. We're going to go ahead and throw the tank in the car. Okay, so we've got the tank in, fuel pump's all hooked up, all the lines are back in place. So we're gonna lower it down and prime the fuel pump. Okay, so we've reconnected the battery and now we're gonna prime the fuel pump. The way we prime the fuel pump is that we'll turn the ignition key on 3 different times. So we'll go on, off, on, off, on, off. So we'll stick the key in, we'll go to the run position, 1, 2, 3, and turn it off. We'll do it again, 1, 2, 3, and turn it off. And one last time, 1, 2, 3, and turn it off. Now, the fuel pump should be primed, fuel injection is ready to go. We should be able to start the engine. As you can see, it started instantly, which it was not doing when we came in with this problem. So now that it's running, let's get this off the lift and let's take it for a test drive. So all in all, it was a pretty easy installation. Took care of our problem. The Jeep is now starting instantly as soon as you turn the key. So we're real happy with the installation.
For technical support, call us at 323-266-3850 or visit us at usmotorworks.com.